All right, so this is group three. Our project one was on OS 10 server. My name is Raul Ochoa. We have Gary Williams, Maya Lovin, Charlotte Jiang, and Dominic Aaron. And this is for BCIS 5379 Tech of E-Business at Tarleton State University. My name is Raul Ochoa. I graduated from Texas State University in San Marcos, Texas. I'm currently an elementary music teacher in San Antonio, Texas. I decided to pursue my master's just because I wanted to get myself into the IT or tech world. I'm a tech enthusiast. I'm a musician, Network Pro certified, and I'm still working on my Network Plus certification.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. Jerry Williams, I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I was in for 5 years, got out and got into IT. I got a bachelor's in IT, and I'm actually going for my MBA. So kind of switching degree paths there. I'm currently working as a systems administrator at an insurance company in Fort Worth, Texas. I have a wife and 2 kids, and as it states, I'm always moving forward, just trying to keep going.
Hi, I'm Maya Lovin. I graduated from Tarleton State University last year. I currently work as an application system analyst. I am certified in Test Out Network Pro, Test Out Linux Pro, Test Out Security, and ITIL Foundation.
Hello, my name is Charlotte Jiang. Currently, I'm enrolled in the MSS program. I hold a bachelor degree in business management. I have 5 years work experience in international trade company in China. Now I don't have job right now, and I'm looking for a job in the data analysis area. Next.
My name is Dominic Aaron. I graduated from the University of Texas at Arlington with a bachelor's in business administration with a concentration in management. I'm currently working on my CompTIA Network Plus certification, and I also hope to become a Cisco CCNA certified in the near future. I love to travel, I love to take pictures, and I definitely love gadgets, and I'm a big fan of the Amazon Echo.
All righty, so this is going to be my section. So OS X server was admittedly kind of hard to research. It's not as much out there as Apache and IIS, and I've actually seen that in the environments that I've worked in. So we'll just get right to it. So around early 2000 is when Apple first got its start, when it purchased a company called Next. It's like one of the earliest whenever they moved into the server game, I guess you could say. But it's even then, it wasn't even really that popular until 2006, whenever they started running on Intel, because Intel and AMD processors are a lot more common, especially in the server market. So, but even then, they still weren't that big. They continued, releasing desktop versions year after year. And they never actually focused on like a server OS. They just added it as like a package to their desktop OS. And one opinion of mine from a systems administrator point of view, and I know it's probably not good to comment to use Reddit as a citation, but I am on there a lot, and a lot of sysadmins go on there. It's like a chat board. But they tend to think that OS X is good for like MDM type setup, so like it'll handle the mobile device management. But as far as like a server OS, specifically like serving web pages, it's not that common. So next slide, please. So yeah, OS X, the actual desktop OS is about 6% of the desktops this year. but the server version, again, is not that popular. They do offer a $20 server app, but the reviews on it are basically horrible. And most of the reviews that I've read, a lot of people say that, yeah, you can use it. They'll probably go into it later in the presentation about like the Mac minis and stuff like that, but it's a very low market share. So from what I found, about 0.1 to 0.2% of websites out there are actually backed by Mac OS server. A lot of them, I think, are used locally, like at the LAN level, not WAN. But there is a niche market, though, and that MacStadium.com is a company that runs on Mac OS servers, but it's for very specific purposes, and I doubt very many people actually utilize it. But that's the gist about what I found. So, next slide.
Technical specifications. The following technical specifications and requirements is based on Mac OS Server 5. Mac OS Server 5 needs to be set up in microcomputer running Mac OS areas. Some features requiring iOS 10. Desktop computer is recommended. Mac computers which can run Mac OS area include late 2009 a newer iMac, MacBook, and MacBook Retina. Mid 2010 a newer MacBook Pro, Mac Mini, and Mac Pro. Late 2010 a newer MacBook Air. At least 2 GB of memory in the computer. At least 10 GB of available desk space. Next slide, please. Some features requiring additional desk space, such as caching service, which requires more than 25 GB of disk space. More disk space is needed if backing up users' Mac computers on the server or backing up the server using Time Machine. Internet service provider. Internet connection is required when purchasing or downloading apps or service from Apple stores. Internet connection is necessary when the user has access to the service. Some features require Apple ID, such as caching service when downloading or uploading data in App stores or iCloud. Any purchase from Apple stores. Some features require program enrollment. Device enrollment program and Apple deployment programs are 2 enrollment programs. Device enrollment programs allows user configure the enrolled devices without touching them. The device must be enrolled in the Apple deployment program first before enrolled in the device enrollment program. Next slide, please.
Maintenance to cost. Mac OS X OS 10 server add-on can be purchased from for $19.99 from the Apple Store. The cost of adding a server software is pretty cheap on the Mac operating system. Mac OS 10 server can be downloaded on Mac Pro, an iMac, or Mac Mini. As far as the operating server operating system updates, it's released yearly, and it costs around $30 to upgrade to the latest version. Apple also offers the AppleCare operating system support for the Mac operating server. Their support plans are pretty costly. Their lowest plan starts at $5,995. Next slide, please.
Some of the features on Mac OS 10 server. The file sharing now supports SMB3 server message block version 3. which is also included in Windows Server 2012 and 8 machines. I thought that was a little interesting. It may be compatible both ways. OS 10 server also acts as a time machine, and not only for the server itself, but it also acts as a time machine for all the Macs in the network. It also acts as a caching server, which allows for quick access to files or web pages, rather than having to re-download every time a user clicks on a file or a website. It's cached and ready for viewing. It also has the volume purchase program, which allows for installation of VPP apps on the iOS devices and Macs without the use of an Apple ID. And it also allows for app migration to user ID without the loss of app data. And also it has features for MDM solutions, meaning if the enterprise or the business uses all iOS devices, it really centralizes management in the administrator's point of view, where you can just go ahead and assign IDs or users to all of the devices, similar to how Windows Server does through Active Directory. It also has their version of a storage area network, which can be accessed throughout the enterprise via fiber or Ethernet. It includes NetInstall, another tool used for centralizing administration, and a VPN. It can also act as a VPN server for users who need to access files from outside of the network. It can be installed on any Mac that is compatible, as mentioned before, and some of the other features included are Xcode server, Wiki server, Messages server, calendar, contacts, and mail servers.
Scalability. Mac OS 10 server is not often used as an enterprise class server, but it can be used as an enterprise web server. Older version Mac G4 server only stored 1.5 gigabyte system memory, which put a limit to the web serving functionality. New Mac Pro has a memory of 12 gigabyte, and Mac Mini has a memory of 8 gigabyte, which definitely provides, does not limit web serving functionality as the previous version. Apache on Mac OS 10 server can be changed to increase the web server capacity. Apache can be scaled out horizontally by adding load balancer and multiple servers. A load balancer is used to distribute the network traffic across multiple servers. All servers can be configured to receive the request, so it is important to have same contents on all the servers. A commonly used brand for load balancing appliance are Cisco and Juniper. Adding a load balancing appliance will increase the web server capacity and reliability. Apache can be scaled out vertically by using specialized hardware and moving services to other hosts. The specialized hardwares have a lot more of RAM and CPU memory. As far as moving services to other hosts, it can be done by separating the network traffic and reducing the network resources. Next slide, please.
All right, pros and cons. So the Mac OS server had a lot of pros and cons to it. The most important pros and cons that I think going forward are multitasking. So it actually gives the ability, similar to like just a regular Mac, to go where you can use the same information, on your iPhone as you do on the PC that you're using for the server. So The setup is really easy. It's really good from remote management. It's easy to access from for home users with little network experience, so it's really easy to use. And it just makes having a server overall easy. And it's really a great tool for collaboration. The cons is there's not a lot of the support is really expensive. For it, as was said before, is the cheapest plan is like almost $6,000 for just to get support. And then they don't no longer make hardware for it, so everything is do it yourself. So you have to bring your own device, and that to some people is a pro, but that can also be a con as well. Next slide, please. All right, the possible future name was recently changed to Mac OS Server from OS X Server. In the future, they're gonna have more collaboration tools and possibly even include the Apple Watch as well as their HomeKit integrating to this. They're gonna also improve security using the SMB and then also possible Apple TV integration. That way, all the devices work seamlessly together with OS X, the Mac OS Server, excuse me. And
Do you have any questions for us, Dr. S?
Let me stop